Well, Lieutenant.
Gee, I wish you wouldn't hang up like that, Mr. Kingston. I mean, somebody you don't know tries to call
Lieutenant,
you.
I get a dozen calls a day just like that from would-be artists, from ladies who want to evaluate some stupid little print their maiden aunts left them in their attic. If I paid attention to every
you mean
one of
that was a woman?
Yes, and it wasn't any ransom call, if that's what you're thinking. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a museum to go to, then a dinner, then a lecture.
Well, I was hoping that we could have a little time to talk. We can get together later if you like.
No, I've got to take my makeup off anyway. May as well do it now. Follow me.
Fine, thank you very much. So this is a television studio, huh?
Yes.
Quite a place.
Well, it's a barn, really. I'm sure it's not as glamorous as you thought it'd be.
That's right, it isn't. But things aren't really what they seem to be, are they?
My, how observant you are. Hildy, my beauty, how fast do you think we can get this paint off me?
I'll use high-speed turpentine.
Well, anyway, I'm sorry to bother you here, but you haven't been home much. That's too bad in a way. That tap on your phone, it's not helping us any.
Well, I'm not your only possibility, Lieutenant. I don't know whether you know this, but my uncle was married once. In fact, his ex-wife still lists herself in the telephone book under her married name. So you see, whoever took those paintings could very well be trying to contact her.
You know, somebody mentioned that. So I saw Mrs. Matthews this morning. We're watching her phone, too.
Oh, that must have been some interview. Aunt Edna can be a bit trying.
I thought she was kind of nice.
Oh, she's very nice, but trying. Well, you said you had some questions you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, nothing important, just a few details. Like that back door thing, that really bothers me.
What about it?
Does that coffee machine work?
Yes, of course it does. What about it?
Well, you know, the lab says that there was just no way for that lock to be forced from the outside.
Thank you. So?
Would you like a coffee?
No, thanks.
Well, how did anyone get in? You see, Evans is positive that all the doors were locked when he left the house earlier. And I don't see your uncle letting anyone in. Unless he knew him.
Did you come all this way just to tell me that?
Well, I thought you'd be interested. Like, I did clear up one routine thing. You know that gallery you went to? Checked out. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, that's your job. And?
The parking lot boy, he remembered when you got there all right. So that if Mr. Matthews was killed at 11 o'clock, then you sure didn't do it.
Now, isn't that a shame, Lieutenant? And here I am, your best and most obvious suspect, too.
Oh, don't say things like that. Really, you got me all wrong. It's just that I get bugged by those little things. Like no connection, but why would a person look in the trunk of a car for a missing cufflink?
Because I happened to toss my top coat in there in order to keep it from getting stolen. Then I noticed that the link was missing.
Of course. See, I could have guessed that.
A little while later, I found the link, caught in the lining of my sleeve.
I'm going to tell you something. Do you know that there is a reasonable explanation for everything if you just put your mind to it? Of course, sometimes these things, they don't pop up. Like with alibis. Do you know, in most cases, people, they don't remember what time it is. They forget all that. Like the artist fella. He's all mixed up about the time. And Mrs. Matthews, she don't even remember what time she went to bed last night.
Well, being sober might help, I suppose.
Now, with you, Mr. Kingston, it's just the opposite. Very unusual. With you, we know exactly where you were and when. Not only that, we know your whole car was empty.
Yes, isn't that nice? Well, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, listen, by the way, can I show you something?
Yes,
it's only going to take a second. You can rent paintings. Did you know that?
Yes, I know.
And my father-in-law, he loves Western movies, so I figured you bucks can't get hurt. What do you think? Any good?
For wallpaper in a child's room, absolutely perfect. In fact, looks like it might have been done by an untalented 12-year-old.
You know, I was kind of afraid you were going to say something like that. But, you know, then I say, why would you bother to go there last night if this guy's stuff is so bad? I mean, this was painted by the artist whose exhibit you were covering.
Lieutenant Columbo, unlike my uncle, I am not independently wealthy. I have to work for a living. Magazines pay me to review art. Unfortunately, they pay me best when I write hostile reviews about hacks like Sam Franklin.
Oh, well, I tell you, I sure hate to see his review when you write it. Oh, listen, one more thing. It'll just take a second. I stopped by your apartment a few times.
Why, do you want to search my place?
No, just to ask you something about art. You said you had some books and things there that I could see.
You may look at anything you wish. You can snoop in all of my closets. You can peek under the beds. You won't find any stolen paintings.
Oh, really? I've never said anything.
Here, would you like the key to my apartment? You may simply leave it under the mat when you leave.
Oh, really?
No, go ahead. I insist. See what I live like. Find out what kind of human being I am. Learn everything you can about me.
Well, I mean, I admit it would be more convenient, but thank you very much, Mr. Kingston. I'm sorry I took up so much of your time. I might drop by and borrow a few books or something like that. See you. Just one more thing.